Hello and happy middle of the week. My name is Michael Leizerman here with the Trial Guide's tip of the day. It is Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. Today's tip comes from David Ball on Damages 3. Here to read the tip is David Ball.
Thank you, Michael. What people personally and selfishly want is not the same as what they believe or what they think is good. So don't rely on things such as justice or fairness. Jurors can only give those things, not get them. The appeal must be to something they can get, such as importance or feeling connected or powerful.
Wow, I think there's a lot here because we're talking about what motivates jurors, and there may be some motivation of justice and fairness, but you're saying people pay lip service to that. Look underneath and see what really motivates them, and how do you give it to them? That's how I'm reading it.
I think that's what it means. It's the quote says we can't get those things. I don't get anything by being just to you or by being fair to you. Examine this strictly on a selfish basis. All I can get is the pleasure of doing a favor for you, of doing something good for you. That's not nothing. That's worth something. But it's much stronger if by giving something to you, there's something in it for me. It's like Rodney Jew's WIIFY, what's in it for me, whatever that pretend FM station, what's in it for me? Well, what will make me feel good in an important sense, beyond just the pleasure of doing somebody else good, which is something that most people do not automatically and easily do. Some people do. Most people don't really care about that. Look at the state of the world. You can't rely on having a jury being motivated by being fair or just to someone. However, you can rely on the jurors being on your side if a verdict your way can make them feel important or make them feel connected, part of something important, or give them a sense of power. As Gary Johnson from Kentucky points out, most people have never felt they've done anything truly important in the broad sense in their lives. And now this trial gives them the opportunity to do that if you frame the trial in that way.
You know, we were just talking offline about a get together I had that Gary was part of, and he was very adamant, and he and I see eye to eye on this, about the idea of what's important is the most important thing that for the jurors, why this case is important. If he could do nothing else, he wants to talk about why the case is important. I agree with that. And if I could, it's not really pushback, but maybe to just explore this a little bit more, because it's something that's most important to me. I think the what's in it for me makes sense, that you want to talk about jurors' motivations. And like you've said a few times, people want to help other people. So maybe it's not justice or fairness, but I do think most people not only inconvenience themselves, but go out of their way to help someone else if it's important.
Yes, that's the key, that if something is important, I want to do something about it. One of the things I can do about it is by providing full justice and fairness in this case. If I don't think it's important, I'm not going to bother. Then I can be affected by all of the reasons not to provide a substantial verdict, say. So somebody gets very badly hurt, and let's say it's a verdict that really ought to be $20 million, but now I'm thinking insurance rates and all the millions of reasons all jurors have for not wanting to give a ton of money. We're trying to outweigh those. And aside from the fact that I wish to be fair and follow the law and do the right thing, if there's something about the case behind it that's driving that, makes it important, or makes me feel powerful to be able to do, not powerful in a dictatorial way, but powerful to be able to accomplish something important, then that drive to do the fair thing or the just thing increases enough to wipe out the resistance and to make, by the way, to give you jurors arguing much more strongly on your behalf during deliberations. Deliberations are a pain in the neck. I got to argue with people that I don't know about things I'm not all that equipped to argue about. And if I don't care about them because they're important, I fold more easily. I compromise more easily. That's where the sense of importance or feeling connected to something important or powerful. There are other things. It's not just those things. But it's how can I, the juror, walk out of here feeling I have accomplished something that is important to me, or translated, something that is good for me, that helps me, that makes me feel better. And the mere fact of doing justice in a case that I don't think is very important, I'm not saying that's nothing, but it's not very strong.
Thank you, as always, for sharing your wisdom with us today, David. Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful to be alive this Wednesday. May we work today to help reduce suffering in the world. May our efforts as lawyers and as people help to repair the world. May we fiercely and compassionately advocate for our clients, champion their stories, and do so from a place of compassion. I'm going to ring a bell now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you, wake up, it's Wednesday. Go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it.